hooked up to the polished Titan walking floor. The trailer that I've been trying to get a video of is finally here. So we're gonna pull in the shop, go over this trailer. Beautiful morning here. I gotta first put a little air in the suspension. 2023 Titan walking floor. I apologize, this trailer is not the cleanest. I'm actually kicking in here fairly early in the morning. Some of the guys are just heading out. The guy was gone till like mid-Saturday, till he got back. So I was gone all weekend and come in early Monday morning to shoot this video. So I just want to go over this trailer a little bit, and also I'll give you a little update on the truck and how that's been going for us. So here you go, guys. I ordered this trailer back in the fall. I ordered it more for a May, June delivery. I don't know exactly when, but I got approached and they were like, hey, do you want to put this trailer in the show for the Louisville Truck Show? And I'm thinking, you know what, it could work. Originally I ordered it without polished, but when we heard it was going to the show, it was like, hey, we're gonna try to get this thing polished, make it a nice trailer. So thank you to Ken's Truck Repair and Titan Trailer for helping us get this trailer in the show, and they did a fantastic job. From day one, my price never changed. Obviously it was more than the older trailers or the other trailers I bought. This was the most expensive trailer. One thing I like with Ken's is they stand behind their product, and the same way with Titan, they do a great job standing behind their product. It is a awesome product. I love the trailers. They do very well for us. They get into a lot of different situations and they hold up quite well. So I can't speak highly enough of these trailers and the equipment. This trailer weighs right around 16,000 pounds. It is amazingly light for how well it is built. There's so many things we could have done to save weight on this trailer. We have 24/5, we have heavy axles. I mean, we need a heavy duty trailer, and we have a tank of a trailer, and we're still at 16,000 pounds. So that is impressive. We are very unique in our operation in that we haul intrastate and we also haul interstate, meaning we haul a lot in New York. We haul heavy here in New York, 102,000 pounds, so 30 ton this wagon all day long, and then we'll load an 80,000 pound load and we'll take it, 500 to 700 miles away out of state. So to have a trailer that is capable of doing that, this trailer is, again, very impressive for what it is. Before we go too much further, I do have to give a little bit of credit. I do have to give a lot of credit to eCargo Tarp. They did an outstanding job in getting the tarp for this trailer in time for the show. There was a little bit of miscommunication, and they thought that what was between some of our guys and the guys working with Titan, that it was going to be a different style tarp. They had to overnight a tarp to Ken's Truck Repair to get a tarp on this trailer to get it ready for the show. So they did a fantastic job. And if you remember, I did a video on our other trailer that we got in with an eCargo system on it, and I was like, I'm not gonna do it again. I had this opportunity to get this tarp on the trailer. They did a fantastic job, and I'm like, you know what, we're gonna work together. We're gonna try to figure out how to make it work. They also, I'm gonna get more into tarps later or in another video. I'm hoping to meet up with the guy and we can go over some of the tarps and possibly even maybe demo a different style of tarp. But what this has is the eCargo tarp. This trailer is a 48-foot walking floor. And what I mean by walking floor is that the floor actually moves. And I'll show you guys here in a minute. I can get this thing fired up and I'll walk to the back and I'll show you how this trailer works. Here's what it looks like without it moving. I'm gonna start this floor up and you can get a little sense of how it works. Check this out. They all come this way. of each stroke, but I want to say it's probably 8 to 10 inches. And it takes about 10 minutes and you can have a load off. So that gives you a little idea. You can see the cylinders underneath moving back and forth. And like I said, this unloads fairly quick. Pretty much in about 10 minutes, you can have a load off. You can also see that it's sealed. So you can haul grain, you can haul lime, pretty much any type of commodity. You obviously can't haul liquid, but pretty much anything else. Dry freight. That's a cool thing that these trailers are built. You can run a palletized load on these trailers. I think you guys have seen that, but they're built with, well, here I'll show you the cross members underneath, and they got them every 12 inches. This trailer, yes, is built like a tank. So if you guys have walk-in floors, one of the things that we do with our walk-in floors that I would recommend every walk-in floor to have, and that is a arch top. When you're hauling mulch or anything that is piled high, that arch top helps a lot with letting the material get out of the trailer. So a lot of times there are some walk-in floors have like a straight load shedder bar up there, and what happens is it will push that out, or you'll have issues with it. It binds up. So not with these trailers. Obviously, if you're trying to get height like a wedge style trailer, you couldn't do that if you want to be 13.6 at the back. And what I mean by a wedge style trailer is obviously your highest point on a trailer is always the front, up above the drives. And what they do then is they will raise the back up, so it'll be just like a wedge. So the front will be not as or it'll be 13.6, and as it goes back, like this trailer would measure probably 13.4, 13.5 in the front. Back there it's probably going to measure 12.8 to 13 foot. So that difference as it gets back will get bigger, and you can basically let you haul more material. So one of the things I want to point out on this trailer is it does have a door in the front, and that is something that every single one of our Titans have. I ordered one trailer with the door thinking I'm going to try it, we're going to see how it works. Well, every single trailer I ordered after that has a door in it. The guys love the door. It's when you're hauling corn or you're hauling something and you got to get in that trailer, sometimes you're backed up to a pit, and it makes it tough to get in the trailer and clean it out while you're backed up to the pit. So what the guys will do is they'll climb in through the door, sweep the trailer out right into the pit. It's much safer that way. So this tarp system, I'm still getting used to, right? We've been running this trailer for maybe about a week and a half or so. The driver, I got to talk to him and see what he thinks of it. When you're hauling 5, 6, 7, 8 loads a day, it makes it kind of tough because you got to grab this gear or this handle, pops out and goes in over here. Now there's pros and cons of this system. The pro is that this always keeps your tarp tight, and if you have one of these trailers with a tarp top, you always want to make sure that your tarp is very tight. It helps shed water, and also your tarp will eventually stretch. So this always lets you get it to the tightest setting. I'll get into all this again in a different video, but basically this safety pin, you pop the safety pin out. It's a two-hand operation, so I'm going to have to sit you guys down for a second, but you can see this pops up. So while this tarp is still here, what happens is if you're sitting a little bit crooked or the tarp doesn't roll across straight, this gear right here doesn't always line up with this, right? So that's the issue that we were having. So again, hauling one load a day or always loading on the asphalt is not a big deal. But sometimes when you're going like every day in and out hauling 6 to 8 loads a day, it does kind of get upsetting sometimes. So we're gonna keep working with them on that, trying to change that a little bit. So this just cranks across. Again, I'm trying to make it a one-hand operation. The reason that we run the straps in this trailer is to keep the tarp up. And when you saw, if you go back just to 30 seconds, you can see the tarp setting on these straps, and there was just a little bit of water in the middle. So these straps will, instead of letting the water go down into the tarp and build up, it sheds it off the trailer. So these straps, when we load, we pretty much always pull them out. It just kind of depends what we're loading, what we're doing, but most of the time these straps there's a ratchet system right here. I'll show you around when I get inside the trailer. They just throw out to the side. So here you can see the other side of this. There's the ratchet straps. You kind of see how we have it up there. And then it's hooked in the back. And again, they're hooked for good. So every once in a while, the guys will rip a strap or whatever and they'll knot it. But for the most part, it's been working very good. All of our trailers are pretty much identical and set up the same way. If you see this tarp here in the front, this is called a sweep tarp. So when you're hauling something loose, say corn or mulch or something, bulky, your product will set on this tarp, right? It fills up and it comes up to, say, however high. Sometimes you get them real full. There's other ways to hang the tarp. When I was hauling, sometimes we would wait to put the tarp in the trailer and we'd drape it over the top up here, fill the trailer completely full the whole way right up to there, like the whole way right up, especially when you're hauling wood chips and you had to walk them out. And then so the tarp would be draped up over there and then it would just fall down. As you're walking this off, that tarp comes with it and we'll clean the trailer, sweep the trailer out really clean. We run out of weight before we run out of space. So we use this system, and these are just pull clamps. These will just pull right out. Eventually that lets that tarp clean this floor, and I doubt he did much of this floor. He probably didn't sweep it. It doesn't look swept. It just looks like the sweep tarp ran across it. He's loading mulch again this morning, so not a big deal. Kind of gives you a little idea how we do it. These crossbows with this, actually I think with maybe the last trailer as well, something new is they did have steel crossbows. These are aluminum. They are very, very sturdy. So you hit one of these, you're gonna know you're gonna hit it. So we put 2 crossbows in, and again, we have a reason, we kind of have a method to the madness. A lot of what we haul, or kind of what we started hauling, was mulch. And obviously the less crossbows you have, the better. Crossbows are always bending, breaking, and most manufacturers do not know how to build a heavy duty crossbow. They build one, but they don't sell a trailer with them. So obviously the least amount of crossbows, the better. We have these crossbows spaced out so that way when we load mulch, we don't have to load over top of the bows. We can dump in between the bows. So they got the payloader, they got usually 10 to 15 yard buckets, right? And they dump in between each of the bows to fill it up. Another thing that we do with our tarp system, so this tarp does not have it on, but a lot of our tarp systems double tarp it right here. So basically just have an extra wear tarp or a wear piece that goes in there and helps protect the tarp from the crossbow. The tarp is reinforced right over the crossbow, over each crossbow. Here in the back, you can see the boomerang plates, the wear plates. You get a lot of wear here in the back of the trailer. The front of the trailer is gonna look like new for pretty much like a long time. Here in the back, it starts to wear, it wears down because all that product, all that stuff gets pushed through the back end of this trailer. Over time, you have to build this back up or weld it back up. That's why we put wear plates in though, just to help give it a longer life. Here in the floor, we got basically, again, wear strips, what we call. That helps a lot. A lot of your load has to come, it comes back here and it drops off. So these tips right here get worn down very quick if you don't have wear plates on. And so that just helps the longevity of the floor. The other thing that also helps too is we have this floor back a little bit. So we had this floor back for 2 reasons. One reason is to put a tarp on the back, across the back, that when you fold it up and when you start walking the load off, it falls back and it protects the whole back end of the trailer. We don't have that on. We've tried that and it doesn't work for some of the products that we do, so we kind of left that off. The other thing is when the load is walking off, it actually rests on this floor instead of it puts more weight on here than on here, so it doesn't wear these out as fast. So if your floor was coming the whole way to the back here, or you could actually bring it back a couple inches to here, then you'd have a little more wear on the floor. So that's kind of why we do that. These rivets here in the floor, those bolts, those are what hold the floor down and also hold the floor, or is what is attached to the drive unit. So each of those have screws that go down to the drive unit underneath. Those cylinders that you saw is what makes that floor move. The other thing I want to tell you guys is these trailers are somewhat unique in the fact that The trailer is a Titan trailer, right? But obviously the floor is different. The floor is patented. This technology right here is patented. And I say patented, it is, but there's different floor manufacturers. You can buy different walking floors. There's very few, and they all have kind of their own design. This is a Keith walking floor system. That is what we have pretty much in all of our trailers. They've been very good to us, very reliable. We haul thousands of loads with these trailers, and rarely ever do we have a cylinder go. Actually, I think we replaced our first cylinder here a little bit ago, a couple weeks ago. You just kind of get a melt of different products that are used in these trailers, but for the frame, the design, and all that is obviously it's Titan trailer, and they do a fantastic job of putting all these things into one sweet package. Check out our broom holder, right? The other thing that we do with these things is when they get back here, a lot of times manufacturer will put on chains to hold the doors back, back. We put on a little different system, right? Just like a regular van trailer. So this T-hook hooked into there, and we're golden. Sometimes you can't always open the tarp, or I should say open the doors with the tarp open, because it will hit in the back. Not with this one. So this trailer in the back, we did something a little bit different. Just like our last, I want to say our last trailer, we did raise it up a bit and opened it up here in the back. This would be the second trailer built like that. We get into some of these places where we unload and they have a lip that the trailer backs over, and the lip is about up to here. It's about 8 inches off the ground, and so it's nice to have this extra clearance. So we definitely have more clearance. These tow hooks right here, we put them on our trailers. They probably won't have to be on there, but we do get stuck sometimes. And I'll tell you, we've actually bent one of these hooks ever so slightly, and everything else stayed intact. Like if you had 100,000 pounds on, you'd trust one of those hooks, no problem. You'd be able to pull it out. It's amazing strength for those hooks. I have no idea what they're rated for, but they're rated for a lot of weight. One of the other things I want to talk about is this trailer is polished, right? They did something different for us this time. They actually polished the complete trailer. Before, we had to polish out the landing gear plates. We also had to polish out the catwalk. So those two things got polished afterwards, and then we sprayed everything. Now they polished it right at the factory along with the trailer, and it made definitely just blended in better, matched better, because they also clear coated it at the factory. And I'll get you guys more information on the clear coat. It's something that I do want to see. I do want to check out more. If you've seen this trailer, it looks almost like, or as shiny as when it just was polished. So usually when they put that clear coat on, it tends to just fade it a little bit. We're going to see how this clear coat holds up. I'm very happy with it so far. We're just going to see how it holds up. That's I think the most important is how long it will last. Something else we did with this trailer that is, we're like one of the first to have it, is these corner posts here. So most of our corner posts, if you remember, were on an angle across the front here, right? This is rounded, so definitely a different look. At first when I saw them, I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I want to do that, but now that we have it here and I see it in person, I saw it at the show, I love it. I think it looks really nice. It fits in, makes that trailer look, just gives a little different look to it. All of our trailers we order with disc brakes. These are Hendrickson axles, 30K axle, but I think it's rated for 25,000 pounds. They have been excellent for us. I mean, we have 10 or 11 of these trailers already. They've been solid trailers, zero issues. Like, we've had no issues with cracking or anything like that on these trailers. They've been solid. I know this trailer is now slightly used for about a week and a half, but I wanted to at least show you some of these things that we did to this trailer that are a little bit different. I will get into the e-cargo system a little bit more. Supposedly he's going to come down here. We're gonna go over some things. I also want to get more info on the coating that we used, so I'll keep you guys posted. But this trailer came from Ken's Truck Repair, and it was built by Titan up in Ontario, Canada. The tarp was supplied by e-cargo. And a huge thank you to every one of those guys. They did fantastic. The trailer is perfect. If you guys have any questions on these trailers, don't be afraid to reach out to me or talk to Ken's Truck Repair. But we have had walk-in floors for a very long time, and I'm not afraid to tell you guys why we do what we do, or I'm open to new ideas too, or ask me questions. I'm not afraid to answer them. So let me know, guys, if you got questions. Now talking about the truck a little bit, right? So this is a 2015 Kenworth glider that is pulling this Titan trailer. This truck, we just put air suspension on. It's actually raised up right now. It has been a fairly decent truck for us. I bought it more for the glider fact than I did for the engine. The engine is an N14, and I said I'd give you guys a little update. That engine has been good. No issues yet. It's still in the truck, obviously, but we did have to replace injectors in this thing. We actually went through, we replaced one, and then eventually we had to come back and replace all of them. It definitely runs a bit different. It's not bad. My pick of motors is a cat motor. These Cummins, I just feel they're very, very picky with their fuel, sensitive to fuel. Ever since we've had Cummins, like the old T800 dump truck, some of those, we had Cummins before, and again, it's always fuel. It just seems they're so picky with fuel. I understand you gotta have good filters and things like that, but compared to our cats, we probably, in the Cummins that we own, we probably put more injectors in the few Cummins that we have than we did all of our cats put together. Like, that's about how crazy it is. Otherwise, like I said though, guys, it's been a great truck. It's been very reliable other than those injectors. Both times we were able to limp it back or get it back here, and it worked out perfect. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have questions, I'll put a link below for Ken's Truck Repair. Those are the ones that sold the trailer to us, and also a link for e-cargo. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.